Marissa and Robbie.
Hi.
I'm Louise.
Hi.
It's nice to finally meet you guys.
It's nice to meet you too.
I talked to you on the phone, but it's good to see you in person. So I'm Louise. I'll be your social worker. And I'll be here to answer any questions you might have regarding your new pregnancy. Congratulations about that.
Thank you.
So did you guys get here okay? Did you get lost or anything?
Yeah, I think, well, he turned
We were
around
fine.
corners. Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Good. So I'm glad you guys made it here, despite the snow.
Yeah. Crazy in April, right?
Yeah. Yes, indeed. So I guess to get things started with, I'm Louise and I'll be your social worker here. My role will look like, I'll be answering any of your questions that you might have. I could help you with any referrals that you might need. You might need a car seat. You might need SNAP benefits, and I'll be there to fill out any of the paperwork with you if you need help with that.
What is that?
SNAP benefits are ways that you could get groceries if you're a low income family, and there's different qualifications, but we can go over that more in detail if that's something you're interested in.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'll also be here to just counsel you to process through any emotions that you might have regarding a pregnancy. And remind me again, is this your first child?
Yes.
Okay, so with first pregnancy, I'm sure you have plenty of questions and plenty of thoughts that you might want to work through with. So I'll be able to do that for you. And we also have prenatal nurses on staff if that's something you're interested in. They can answer any questions about breastfeeding if that's something you plan on doing. And they can answer any questions that you might have about the physical symptoms you're feeling. And also, I think it's important to mention that at Compass Pregnancy Services, we are a Christian agency. Therefore, we do not promote clients to get an abortion or suggest that. That is your choice, and if you feel that that is something that you want to do at this point in life, you are free to choose that. But as your social worker and as a social worker at this agency, that's not something we support. But again, if that's what you feel you need to do, you're welcome to do that. Do you have any questions for me?
No, not right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Robbie?
I'm good. Just keep going.
Okay, so at this time, I'm just going to ask you a few questions just to get to know you both as individuals, so that I can know how to best help you and serve you in this time. So some of the questions might be personal. You don't have to answer all of them, but just understand I'm asking them so I can get to know you, not because I want to share the information with anyone else. And any information that you share with us will be confidential unless I have reason to believe that you will hurt someone or hurt yourself, and then I have to release the information. But other than that, all information you share stays between us. So, all right, let's get started. So, I heard on the phone that you told me you're 10 weeks pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and how did you both feel when you found out you were pregnant?
I was really excited. I think he was too.
Yeah.
I can say that. Yeah, we were both really excited, but we're also a little scared too, because it's our first baby and everything. So
yeah, it's understandable. A lot of new changes happening.
Yeah. I already have 3 other kids, so I guess I'm just stressed out that I'll have to take care of them and have another one to take care of. I don't really know how I'm going to do right now. I lost my job recently and working at Wendy's now, and that's not going to take care of 4 kids, so I'm a little scared. Stressed out.
I can see why you'd be stressed out. Do you mind sharing why you lost your job, or did they just let you go?
Well, I was maybe kind of drunk while I was working. I was an electrician, was really good at it, and just really stressed out, so I had to release some of my stress and felt better. But then one of my supervisors came over while I was working, so I was drunk. So now I'm at Wendy's.
Wow. Have you? I read on your intake form that you have been a year sober now.
Yeah.
So that's a good accomplishment.
Yeah, those were dark days, so it's good. It's been a couple months, so
yeah,
I'm doing good.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, just want to get out of Wendy's, man.
Okay, so
Sucks.
So you're definitely looking for a new job. It sounds like. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. It's good to know. And what about you, Larissa? Are you working or?
I do have a part-time job right now, but I'm looking maybe to get a full-time job that will allow me to, I don't know if they'll hire me now that I'm pregnant, you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we really do need the money, so I don't know if you have any advice, if I should just stay with my part-time job right now, or look to find a full-time job that will still accept me even though I'm pregnant, because I'm going to need to take some maternity leave. So so I'm kind of like stuck in the middle, because the part-time job just isn't really giving us enough income right now that we need, especially to support a child. So
yeah. So it sounds like both of you really are looking for jobs and need help with that. Does that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we could, at our agency, we can definitely help you with that. And I can help you walk through that process and even help you look for jobs.
Okay.
I know that when you're pregnant and you're having a baby on the way, if you decide to keep the baby, you really want things to be stable when the arrival comes. So in the beginning, when we first started talking, it sounded like you had a little fear regarding your pregnancy. Tell me a little bit more about that feeling.
Well, we were pregnant before, but a couple months in, I had a miscarriage, and it was very, very traumatic for the both of us. I'm sorry. It was just really, really hard. Now that I think about it, I think maybe it was God's plan for it to happen. But it was still really, really hard for the both of us.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it, Robbie?
Well, I think it was different because I already had 3 kids, but this was my first with Larissa, so it was really hard. I was looking forward to having, kids with the woman I love. So it's a lot of family, but I don't feel like I can, support a family. I can't do that. So I don't really know. What if that happens again? So
yeah, that's what we're really worried about with this one. Because I'm only 10 weeks in, and it happened like a couple weeks after this with my other one. So I mean, everything seems like it's going well, but we thought the same thing with the other one, and then it was so traumatic.
Yeah, I noticed that even as you're talking about it, you're tearing up, and I could tell that it weighs heavy on both of your hearts, and it's tough having a loss like that, just all of a sudden, and especially when you don't necessarily know that. Did you know you were pregnant when you miscarried, or was it? Did you not know you were pregnant?
No, we knew. I think that's why it was so hard, because we were very excited. At that point we were both doing really well. We both had pretty good jobs, and this was about 2 years ago, I think now, and so so we were doing really well, and we were really excited, and just, because we had everything kind of going for us, and then it just kind of happened out of nowhere, and kind of threw us for a loop, so, it was really hard for me. So.
Do you too feel like this is something you still need to process through, especially now that you're pregnant again? It might be something that you want to process through. Do you feel like that's something that you'd want to work on, or?
I mean, yeah, now that I'm talking about it and realizing that I am really scared about, potentially or possibly losing this one too. Just maybe kind of preparing for it emotionally. But then also, because I had a miscarriage, I don't really know. I mean, this is my first baby, so it's like there's a lot of I don't really know, the steps to go from here, and to get supplies, and I won't know how to breastfeed. I don't. That'll be very new to me, and so yeah, to find out that stuff would be good too. So
yeah.
I feel like it's part of the reason why I started drinking 2 years ago, and just helped numb it and ignore it. So now I guess she's pregnant again, kind of have to deal with it, and I'm sober, so can't drink the alcohol, and just gotta deal with it. But I don't really know what to do.
Wow. Okay. So it sounds like you guys have a lot going on. Do you have what are your support systems look like during this time? Who are you going to for support? Is it family members or friends, or what does that look like for you?
We're really close to his parents.
Yeah.
They've been really great in supporting us, and they really encouraged us after we lost the baby to get connected to a church.
Oh, great. That's
so exciting. We started going to a church, and it really, really it helped us. I think, it just affected Robbie in a different way. I was really able to kind of move on, and his parents were really able to help me see that God has a plan even through really tough things like this. So I think we're both at a better place now than we were in the past, but so we have his parents that have really been good to us, and also we are connected to a church, so they've been really, really good in supporting us in this and celebrating with us, but also just praying for the future life of our baby.
Mm-hmm. It's so beneficial to have support systems like that. It sounds like you have two really great ones, your church and then Robbie's parents. And that's something you can really lean into as you think about this new pregnancy. So that's great that you have those two supports in your life. I'm sure that's very comforting for you guys to know.
Yeah, it's good for my parents, but and I like having them be close to them, but I think I really want to start things on my own, be able to support my family on my own without letting other people do that. So it's okay for right now. But
okay, so you maybe who do you live with? Do you live with each other, or are you living with your parents, or what does your living situation look like at this time?
We have our own apartment, but we just, with how things are going financially for us, we've considered possibly moving in with his parents. My relationship with my parents is not very good. It's kind of a long story, but they didn't really approve of me marrying Robbie. and so they haven't been very supportive in our relationship and in our marriage, and
Yeah, they're racist.
yeah, so so
Okay.
we've been just really struggling with that, and kind of the reason I want a little bit more coaching in the area of like breastfeeding and stuff is because I don't have my mom there or at least right now, the way things are between us, to like go to, you know, like a mother would teach her daughter how to do that for their first child. And even though I love his parents, she's just not my mom.
Yeah, it'd be awkward.
So
It's not the same.
yeah, it's just not the same.
Okay. Well, we definitely have prenatal nurses on staff. So if you'd like, at the end, we can schedule an appointment with one of the nurses so that they can answer any questions you might have.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be something you're interested in?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, yeah, we could definitely do that. So just from getting to know you guys and asking some questions, it looks like you really are looking for help with employment and even like some help in processing the miscarriage you both experienced so that you can have a good and healthy pregnancy and be at peace about that. Is that my correct understanding of it?
Yeah,
or is there anything
definitely.
else that you'd like to work on as we...
I'm good.
I think I have something that I probably should share, but it'd be a little difficult.
Okay.
You can tell me anything.
And this is a safe environment where everything stays in the room.
Robbie and I, like, in every marriage, we had our falling outs, and I think it was really hard for both of us when, he lost his job because, of him drinking and everything, and so we kind of took a break. We kind of separated during that time, and I met with my former high school boyfriend, and so I'm not 100% sure if this is Robbie's child.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
So a lot has just happened, and Marissa, I'm glad that you were honest, and that takes a lot of courage.
Yeah.
And it's out there, and now we know, and Robbie, I noticed that you seem pretty upset.
I'm good. You know what? Point is, we're together now, and it's still our baby, so.
They both happened so close to each other, so I don't know,
Yeah.
and I regretted that time so much, but we were both going through a lot, and I think the miscarriage just really affected us a lot more than what we would have cared to pay attention to or acknowledge during that time. So I think we were both really, just going through a lot. Even though we did have our church and everything, we just, I guess we just didn't really open up about the miscarriage as much as we really should have. Or maybe we didn't even really know how much it really affected us. But I think now looking back at it, I think we both really...
Yeah. And during that time, I didn't know how to deal with that, losing that baby. And I think that's part of the reason why we were separated at the time. I was drinking a lot. I was dangerous, and so I understand, and forgive me. It's okay.
Wow. How do you feel hearing that he forgives you and it's out there in the open? How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel really good, and it was just a very low moment in both of our lives. I think like after I, did that, and then after, he lost his job, I think we both knew how low we both really were, and I think we both came together, and I think we've been stronger than we ever have been in the past now because of it. So it's really good to kind of get off that off my chest, and to know that like you forgive me, and but like I said, like that's the thing, like I don't know, and that also scares me too. So it's like there's questions like, should I tell him? Should I not tell him? So
it's okay now.
Yeah.
That's great. So with all that happening, that's something that we can also process together. It sounds like you guys are a very strong couple and can work through things together. So I think for next time, what we can do is we can process through what just happened, or if you guys feel like that's not something you're interested in, we don't have to talk about it again. Or we could also process through your miscarriage, and I was thinking as you were telling me about the grief that you both were feeling, that it might be beneficial for you to have some type of funeral or something that can help you really grieve that loss, because sometimes when we don't when we push down grief, it never really gets to be worked through and healed through. So do you think that having some type of funeral or memorial service would offer you guys any healing or anything? Is that something you'd be interested in?
I think so.
Yeah, that sounds surprisingly like it's a good idea.
Okay.
I think that'll help.
Well, we could definitely, next appointment, we could talk about who you could invite, or if you want to be alone, or anything like that. We could talk about it next time.
Okay.
And then also we can work on your resumes next time if you want. If that's something you'd be interested in.
Yeah, I don't even know how to write that.
Yeah, so I have a template that we can use, and we can work on it together, and that way you guys can send them out and hopefully get a good paying job.
Yeah,
So,
that would really be helpful.
Yeah.
For the both of us.
Yeah, and as we come to a close, we can schedule your prenatal appointment next week. And does this time still work for you guys on Tuesday next week?
Yep.
We could do like a double appointment if that works for you, with the prenatal and with me.
Yeah, like, you mean like maybe I should come a little earlier and then he comes, or?
Like you would meet with me, and then straight from me and me, you can meet with the prenatal nurse to answer any questions about breastfeeding.
Okay.
But it's been a pleasure getting to know you guys this first appointment, and it was a blessing to see you guys work through that piece of news that you shared, and I can really see that together. I think that you guys could really have a healthy, good pregnancy, and you might have some challenges like with your jobs or anything like that, but we'll just take it one day at a time, and you have 9 months. So
yeah.
And before you leave, I have a baby needs checklist that it just goes through different materials that you might need. It's just like a way to help you organize, like, okay, I have all my clothes, I have all the bath needs. And you and Robbie can work on that together and then bring it in next time, and we can go through that. So do you guys have any questions before we come to a close?
I'd just like to say, like, thank you for, being a place that we could, like, just feel comfortable and, like, just feel like we can open up about things of our past, and and so that we can move forward. And but I think there's a lot to still work through.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you guys came in. I think you made a good choice in coming in.
Yeah.
So
Thank
I
you.
will.
Me too.
I will see you next week.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Thank you.
You too.